one of the guys who went to give support to Occupy Wall Street was a guy who's used to activism. His name is Michael Moore, and he came with a serious populist message. Now, remember, as you're watching this, that they are not allowed a megaphone by the police. They say, oh, well, this rule and that rule, and we won't give you a megaphone or let you have one. They said, all right, we got a different way to solve that. We will use the power of the people. So every time a speaker speaks, the people around him repeat it so that everybody can hear. Watch.
I know you're in the process of coming up with your demands.
I know you're in the process of coming up with your demands.
If you would allow me just to state my own personal 2 cents.
If you will allow me to state my own personal 2 cents.
I want to see a perp walk.
I want to see a perp walk.
I want to see the people responsible for destroying the lives of millions of people.
I want to see the people responsible for destroying the lives of millions of people.
In handcuffs.
In handcuffs.
And led away.
And led away.
And brought to justice. Immediately. That's number one.
That's number one.
Number two.
Number two.
It's time to make them pay.
To make them pay.
Tax them. Tax them.
Tax them.
Tax them.
Tax them.
How much?
How much?
Not enough.
Not enough.
How much?
How much?
Still not enough.
Still not enough.
How much?
How much?
Still not enough.
Still not enough.
You know what I loved about that? That he was unabashedly populist. That he said, look, I'm not going to mince words. He didn't come there as a Democrat. He said, look, we got to tax the rich, okay? You didn't hear me stutter, and I don't give a damn what Republicans call it. They can call it class warfare all they like. The rich have been getting richer, and they pay less and less taxes. Over the last 30 years, they've paid far less taxes. It's time to tax the rich. It's not because we hate the rich. By the way, Michael Moore is rich. It's because you need some degree of justice so that people pay their fair share. I love that he spoke strongly and clearly on that, and he was going to a CNN debate, but he made sure to stop by here to rally the troops because, as he says, he's proud of them. And they start small, but they get bigger. And their perseverance is what makes all the difference. Let me show you exactly what Michael Moore is talking about and what we've been talking about here. First of all, the Republicans like Karl Rove come out and say, oh, the top 1% already pay too much taxes. They're already paying 39% of all the taxes. Now, that is totally misleading. First of all, it's 38%. Second of all, they only refer to federal income taxes. Now, why do they do that trick? Because federal income taxes are only 44% of the tax revenue of the whole country. 42% of the revenue comes from payroll taxes. And payroll taxes are not progressive, where you pay more if you're richer. They're regressive, where you pay more if you're poorer. Now, let me explain why that is. Because, first of all, payroll tax does not apply to capital gains. So if you make most of your money in investments, because you already have money, you may put it into the stock market, et cetera, you get more money back, they only charge 15% tax rate, and they don't even apply payroll tax for it, right? And then second of all, payroll tax is capped at $106,000. So for people that are in the lower brackets, they pay a much higher percentage of their income to payroll tax, which is 42% of the taxes that the government collects. Now, Karl Rove never tells you that. Fox News never tells you that. And second of all, there's state taxes, and state taxes are also regressive. State and local taxes in 2007, as an example, were lowest 20% of the income brackets paid 11% of their income. The highest bracket paid only 5% of their income. So two huge area of taxes. You actually pay less if you're rich, which is crazy. But that's why they don't want you to know about that. They're like, hush, hush, let's just talk about the income tax. And of course, in reality, the rich have been paying less and less taxes through all this time. So, for example, if you're in the top 1% of taxpayers, since 1979, let me show you a chart, your effective tax rate has gone from 37% to 31.2%. It has gone down from 79 to 2006. Meanwhile, what's happened to your share of income? Well, that's gone dramatically up from 9.6% of the income for the country. So the top 1% was making about 10% of the money for the country. Okay, that's a ratio that makes sense. They're the richest, so they have 10 times as much. Okay, it's gone all the way up to 22.82% of income. It has more than doubled. So they're making so much more as a percentage, and they're paying less taxes as a percentage. Now, that's what they don't want you to know. That's why Michael Moore says, tax the rich, tax the rich. It's not enough. It's not because they're already at a high rate and we just demand more and more. It's because they're not paying their fair share.
Yeah, he's the only actor to go from like legitimate acting to gay porn.
To gay porn.
Really? Was guys who crave big cocks, was that mainstream or was that?
What's this movie about?
Was that from Amblin?
Yeah.